And Barrier completes the pit stop as caution lights are on, but they're giving the field an indication 1 lap to go to racing. Pace car out in front of Elliott Sadler, Joe Nemechek, Tony Stewart, Jeff Green, Hermie Sadler, and Mark Krogh. Pace car is off. Look for the restart. 10 laps in.
And the green flag waves once again. They can only pass on the outside as they come to the start-finish line. And Jimmy Foster up on the outside trying to get around one of the cars, and it looked like he made it work.
Foster passed Mark Martin on the restart. My gosh. Back straightaway. Sadler, Nemechek, and Stewart. Just the way they started, those front 3. Mark Krogh has dropped back from 4th starting slot to 6th. And now single file all the way through the field back to about 30th position as they come across. Mike McLaughlin also made a couple of moves on that restart. Grabbed 2 spots. Quite fully worked in as cars went side by side down the back straight.
And here are a couple more trying it. But they're losing ground, those that are up there on the outside, at least at this point of the race.
There's that battle. Mark Green on the inside. Dale Earnhardt Jr. with him. They're going to pass Stanton Barrett. And leave Barrett up on the high side. Whoa, way loose and just barely in the grass. Well, that was Dave Blaney. He's used to the dirt, but he doesn't want to see any here.
He don't want any part of that. You see Phil Parsons in the 10 there. He gets by Stanton Barrett as they head down the back straightaway. Blaney's got a good run going into turn 3.
Blaney in number 93, driving for Bill Davis. Bill and Gail Davis, I should say. Matt Kenseth right behind him in 17. Trying to move up. Matt Kenseth's view of Dave Blaney's Pontiac.
Mike, you can watch these guys right now. They're being very, very careful not to do the wrong thing getting in the corner here, because it is a one-groove racetrack right now in the middle part of the corner. But as they venture on through the race, they will move that lower groove up about another groove, and they'll be racing side by side before too long.
Leaders complete 15 laps. Sadler and Nemechek a little further back in the field. There's Blaze Alexander up the outside.
Yeah, he got caught on the outside going into turn 3, Mike, and a lot of cars are going by. Michael Walker went by in 21. There's Spencer going by in the 12 car, and Mark Green in the 37, and Earnhardt Jr. right on his back bumper.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. What a pleasant surprise he's turned out to be this season.
Yes, the first couple of laps, he got caught on the outside. He learned his lesson. He's right down on the bottom in the 3 car there, coming off turn 4. Very, very smooth.
Colin Green, considerably more experienced driver, but Earnhardt has had 2 second-place finishes already in this young season. Steve Hart drove that car here last year, was leading this race in that car, and a lapped car changed lanes in the middle of the quad oval and sent Park to the wall. Steve currently recovering from hip injuries.
Your problem with this 37, he just back off to let Dale Jr. go.
I think right now he's looking in the mirror, Dad. Every time he'd come up out of the corner, the 3 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. would close up 3-4 car laps on him. So he said, this early in the race, I'm in his way. I'm going to get out of the way.
Yeah, that was Mark Green in the 37, wisely backing off and just getting a little more open racetrack to run. Now Phil Parsons has come up on his back bumper. That's Phil in the car number 10.
On point, 17 laps complete. Joe Nemechek begins to give chase to Elliott Sadler. He's there.
We're going to have a lead change down the front straightaway. You can see Joe Nemechek in the 87 taking advantage there, coming along, and Tony Stewart moving into second.
Stewart makes the move on the inside. What happened to Sadler's car to get him kicked up high? Whatever it was, it cost him the front 2 spots.
I think when Nemechek got under him coming off of turn 4, maybe broke the air a little bit on his spoiler, took a little bit of it off, got his car a little loose, and Nemechek went by, and so did Stewart.
Shell in-car camera riding with Tony Stewart. IndyCar star. Now Busch Grand National driver as well.
Mike, he's just a star. No matter what he drives, he's always up front, very competitive.
Out in front, Joe Nemechek, who also starts on the outside of the front row tomorrow. Randy LaJoie is charging through the pack. He's up to 31st spot. Bill Stevens?
Yes, Mike, he is on his way. In fact, I just spoke to team manager Steve Burrett. Their concern right now is that Randy is going too quickly. The plan was to stay patient, and you know why. They don't want to drive into a mosh pit and get into trouble.
Randy LaJoie has about as much patience in a race car as, let's see, what famous driver I can remember who's sitting right next to me?
Never mind. He's doing a great job, though. Jimmy Spencer in the 12 car there is fixing to get overhauled by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. may be the quickest car on the Speedway right at the moment.
Earnhardt is in 15th position, started 16th, dropped back a little bit on the opening green flag, and is now marching back up through. Patty Moise at the front of that pack. That number 14.
Mike Dillon attempting to pass on the outside, and that's a bold move. Let's see if it's going to work. Decided that well. He got up there and committed himself, and Spencer is going to come right on by.
And bring Dale Earnhardt Jr. with him. There's the penalty you pay right now for trying that outside groove.
To go to the outside, you have to give up the inside. Earnhardt Jr. won his first ever stock car race at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina in 1995. Dale Earnhardt won several races in the track championship at Myrtle Beach in 78. And this driver's granddad, Ralph Earnhardt, won there many times in the late 50s and 60s.
Oh, you can see Patty Moise come straight across in front of Spencer. He had to almost lock the brakes up getting into turn 1 there.
Moise in the 14, Spencer in the white number 12. Earnhardt's number 3. And Mike Dillon in 72. This is a battle for 12th place. 23 laps complete. As they cross the stripe here, Spencer looks inside on Moise. Oh, he gets down, just touches the dirt, and bam! Slam that door. You're not getting in.
Boy, oh boy. Patty Moise does not know Jimmy Spencer as well as I do. Pretty bold move there.
He's excited, no doubt.
Now Jimmy's in that car. Now he's either frustrated or he's having a good laugh. What do you think?
Oh, he's having fun. Might be a little frustrated too. He's going to try it again. No, he's not close enough this time to try it again. He gets good momentum going into turn 1. That time he didn't have quite as much as he had the lap before, so Patty was able to get on in there.
Here he comes.
He's up to this. Oh, he got him a run now, but he has to back off. Ooh, don't hit him.
I think that's the first driver that's ever chopped Jimmy Spencer 3 laps in a row and driven away to talk about it.
Well, he gave her a little wake-up call coming out of turn 2 there. Got her a little light on the back part of her car. You can see she dropped back about 3 positions there.
Well, she's got her car on her back bumper now. Patty does have. Michael Walters has come up there. He'll probably be a little bit easier.
Elliott Sadler, our full sitter, has dropped back to 4th spot. Older brother Hermie Sadler is just ahead with the 29. So it's Nemechek, Stewart, Hermie, Elliott Sadler, and Jeff Green. Let's go to Dick Berggren.
The problem with Elliott Sadler is his car is loose, Mike. His crew chief, recognizing all the carnage that has already happened here at this racetrack, first told him, let him go. Let everybody pass you. Don't fight it. Just let him go. And he did that until he got right in front of Mark Crow. And then the crew chief, Sandy, said, hey, stop it. Quit right there. And he did. Sadler just sort of stuck right in front of Crow, and that's where he's riding.
Remember what Sadler said at the top of the show? He told Ralph, I'm going to race the racetrack for the first 150 laps.
Okay, what that car is doing is losing traction on the back end of the race car. The back is trying to get around the front part of the race car, so he's just backing off so it does not get that loose in the middle part of the corner.
Smart way to do it. Meanwhile, Nemechek and Tony Stewart have checked out from the 3rd place car of Hermie Sadler. And there is Elliott Sadler, car number 466. He's in 4th place.
And the car behind him will now be Jeff Green, driving the Ricky Craven car. Then Mark Crow, Glenn Allen, Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin, and the 83 of Wayne Grubb. Those are your top 10. 6 races, 6 different winners. 7 different pole sitters. Counting today. The record in this series, 1988. It took till the 14th race before somebody could win for the 2nd time. May not take that long this year, not the way Nemechek's running. His number 87 moves past the 92. That's Derek Cope's car. Morgan Shepherd is in it today. With Cope nursing sore ribs from a qualifying crash of his Winston Cup car, re-injuring those ribs. 29 laps complete. Joe Nemechek leads Tony Stewart, Hermie, and Elliott Sadler, and Jeff Green.
This CBS Sports Race Summary is sponsored by AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts.
31 laps, 46.5 miles. We've had 2 leaders, just a single lead change, and the average speed down to 110 because of 2 caution periods, distancing 9 laps here on the track record. And 2 cars are off the track but not officially out of the race. We expect to see Joe Bessie back racing for points. Reed's number 7. That may be done for the day. Let's go to Mike Joy.
Working this caution off turn number 2. Number 83, Wayne Grubb, was running in the top 10. Let's show you what happened.
See Wayne Grubb there in 83, gets a little assistance from Jimmy Spencer. Dale Earnhardt Jr. goes low to miss the wreck coming out of turn 2.
You can see Grubb's car keeps hitting the wall up there.
And as he does, look at the big smoke cloud everyone else has to come through.
Just keeps banging into the wall. There's not a great deal that he can do about it. The toe end is really knocked out on him.
Caution at lap 30, second one today. Well, it's going to be a barn burner here tomorrow. 500 miles for the Winston Cup cars. Ken Squire.
185.906. That's what took the pole this morning. This is the man that did it. Jeremy Mayfield will start the second Texas 500 right up in front. Teammate Rusty Wallace back in 6th. I think more important than being on the pole is what you learned in that practice period after this morning, Jeremy.
Yeah, it really is. You know, that come here and sit on the pole is exciting, but yeah, we got to feel that tomorrow, and that's run good, run up front all day, and the Mobile 1 Ford, you know, qualified good, you know, the best we could, and went out after that practice and really run great. I mean, both of us are really strong right now.
Now, are you concerned about turn 1 where that seepage was? That was the big issue yesterday. We saw you all down there chatting with the track officials. What was it like this morning?
This morning it was perfect, you know, just like it was before yesterday's qualifying, and today it seems like everything's good, and I'm sure these Busch guys, you know, that they've wore it in a little bit, keeping it dry, so it should be okay for tomorrow.
Now, the story was that as the day progressed yesterday, that seepage continued to get worse.
Yeah, I think the sun was keeping it pretty much dry all day, and with all the heat and the cars running on it, everything was fine. And then when the sun went down, you know, it kept it from drying up. It started seeping through the racetrack, so hopefully it'll be okay for us.
Besides beating your partner tomorrow and winning this race, what's your biggest concern?
You know, we gotta keep the car up front and work on those points. You know, that's the biggest thing right now, is just trying to run up front and stay in the top 5.
Pole sitter for tomorrow's Texas 500, Jeremy Mayfield. And we'll be back with more of this Coca-Cola 300 preview to tomorrow, Grand National race after this.